The Zephyrian High Command had thought it brilliant. Drop human children on Nexar Prime, a death world teeming with apex predators, and watch humanity's expansion halt as their next generation became extinct. What they hadn't counted on was Anna, Martinez, age 7, and Helen Chen, age 9, crash landing in the territory of the most feared creature on the planet. The Vorthak stood 12 feet tall, with obsidian claws that could slice through titanium and teeth designed to crush bone. Its 6 eyes glowed amber in the perpetual twilight of Nexar Prime's crimson forests. When the escape pod cracked open like an egg, spilling 2 small humans onto the moss-covered ground, the creature approached with predatory curiosity. Anna looked up at the towering beast without flinching. "You're really big," she said matter-of-factly, wiping mud from her torn dress. "Are you hungry? We have some emergency rations." Helen, ever practical despite her young age, was already assessing their situation. The creature's posture suggested confusion rather than immediate aggression. Its head tilted as it studied them, nostrils flaring to catch their scent. "I think it's trying to figure out what we are," Helen whispered to Anna. Then louder, she addressed the Vorthak directly. "We're humans. We're lost. Do you know where we can find water?" The Zephyrians, monitoring from orbit, watched in bewilderment as the apex predator, instead of devouring the children, began what appeared to be a complex series of growls and gestures. The translation algorithm struggled to parse the meaning until a pattern emerged. The creature was attempting rudimentary communication. Over the following weeks, something unprecedented occurred. Anna, with her natural empathy, began mimicking the Vorthak's calls, creating a basic pigeon language. Helen, brilliant beyond her years, mapped the creature's territory and identified edible plants through careful observation of its feeding habits. The Vorthak, which they named Big Friend, began bringing them food and showing them safe places to sleep. But the real transformation began when other predators encroached on Big Friend's territory. "Anna, get behind the rocks," Helen commanded as a pack of saber wolves emerged from the underbrush, their metallic fangs gleaming. Big Friend positioned itself protectively in front of the children, but the pack was large, 12 against 1. That's when Anna did something that would become legend across the galaxy. She stepped forward, arms spread wide, and began to sing. Not any particular song, just a human lullaby her mother had taught her. The saber wolves paused, confused by this small creature that showed no fear. Helen quickly joined in, her voice harmonizing with Anna's. The wolves' aggressive postures began to shift. Several sat down, their heads tilting curiously. Big Friend, sensing the change, added its own deep rumbling to the impromptu choir. Within an hour, the pack had not only retreated, but had begun, following the children around like oversized puppies. The Zephyrian surveillance team requested backup. Their simple extermination plan had become something incomprehensible. Months passed. Anna and Helen had not merely survived, they had thrived. Their growing family now included Big Friend, the saber wolf pack they'd renamed the Cuddle Squad, a massive aerial predator they called Sky Mom, who delivered fruits from the canopy, and various smaller creatures that had been drawn to the strange harmony the humans created wherever they went. Helen had constructed a sophisticated shelter, using techniques observed from various creatures, while Anna had become a master translator, facilitating communication between species that had been mortal enemies for millennia. The children had accidentally created the first interspecies alliance in Nexar Prime's recorded history. The breakthrough moment came when a Zephyrian scout ship crashed during a storm. The pilot, Lieutenant Crix, crawled from the wreckage expecting to die on Iwer, the hostile world. Instead, he found himself face-to-face with 2 human children riding a Vorthak, followed by an entourage of creatures that should have been tearing each other apart. "Don't move suddenly," Helen advised calmly. "Some of them are still learning that not all strangers are threats." Anna slid down from Big Friend's back and approached the injured alien. "You're hurt. We can help, but you have to promise not to hurt our friends." Lieutenant Crix stared in shock as the children treated his wounds with medicines derived from local plants, while apex predators watched protectively. When they offered him food and shelter, He realized he was witnessing something that would reshape galactic understanding of human nature. How? He managed to ask in broken standard. Easy, Anna said, scratching behind a saber wolf's ear. We just treated them like friends instead of monsters. Helen nodded sagely. Humans have this weird thing where we adopt everything. Our families had dogs, cats, birds, fish, even pet rocks. These guys are just bigger pets. With more teeth, Anna added cheerfully. The rescue ship that eventually arrived found not victims, but ambassadors. Anna and Helen had done more than survive. They had transformed a death world into a sanctuary. The predators they had adopted had learned cooperation, communication, and even basic technology from watching the children. The Zephyrian High Command's great plan had backfired spectacularly. Instead of eliminating the next generation of humans, they had created something far more dangerous. Proof that humans could befriend anything, anywhere, under any circumstances. Word spread across the galaxy. Humanity didn't just survive hostile environments, they turned those environments into allies. The image of two small girls commanding the loyalty of apex predators became a symbol that struck fear into the hearts of humanity's enemies and inspired hope in their friends. Anna and Helen, now legendary figures, continued their work on Nexar Prime, which had been renamed New Eden by the Galactic Council. They had proven that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't technology or force, it's a human child's unlimited capacity to love and be loved in return, even by creatures that were designed to kill. The galaxy would never underestimate human cubs again.